still alive, and they're just very, very nasty, very violent, very, very vicious beings that are coming, and they're coming to destroy Earth, not help it. And so, I was praying and asking the Lord, for how can we stop this? What can we do to stop it? At the same time, we're being daily just targeted with their weapons, their ALF weapons, their EMPs, their RMNs, their everything they have, their chemtrails. And He led us to one simple solution. When David wanted to defeat Goliath, the Lord led him to a little stone. And He's led us to Orgone in the last days, and Orgone is going to defeat millions and millions of these forces that are coming, because Orgone puts an energy in the air. It's a POE. It's a positive Orgone energy. It's an etheric energy. It's a positive energy. And of course, Satan, being so evil that he is, can't stand to be around anything good. And this Orgone energy that we're filling the atmosphere with is going to burn a lot of their forces. They're going to burn up in it. They're not going to be able to breathe in it. It's going to kill many of them. And so, this is a group for the Lord's last days, a fraction out of the 144,000 that has been anointed to go ahead and get involved with this aspect of destroying Satan's forces that are coming with this Orgone. And they're going to figure it out eventually. They're going to figure it out. Even if they did now, people would think they're crazy. They wouldn't believe them. I'm sure Satan knows by now, just from listening to my stuff and reading it. I don't know if he takes it seriously yet or not. It amuses him. I've seen that. It amuses him. He's laughing about it. But he'll see. He'll see, because it's almost like a switch that once everything's in place, once we've done all the legwork and everything we can do as the Lord's warriors here on earth, the Lord can just flip the switch, and all of a sudden all the Orgone we have everywhere just turns on immediately. That's almost, the way I see it's going to happen. And then boom, it's too late for them to do anything about it. And so that's why they come after the Lord's people for doing this Orgone stuff and try to make an example out of me and blah, blah, blah. And it's just, it gets funny from there. You can only kill a person once, and I've already given my Lord my life a long time ago. I don't fear him. Don't fear Satan. Another question from a reader. Did the Apollo project actually go to the moon, or were they faked? I don't, I've always said NASA is nothing but a big showboat. I mean, they don't need these spaceships to go to the moon. They have tunnels. They have gateways. If you've seen this, Stargate. It's exactly what it is. They can walk through one of these Stargates, these tunnels, like you see on TV, that miniseries, and go to the moon or Mars. So why do they need these ships? These little Challenger shuttles and all these different types of shuttles. It's just hogwash. They actually just use these shuttles and Challengers to go to the space station, the International Space Station, which hovers, I believe, is 22 miles above the Earth. It's not really that high up off the Earth as like you would want to think, because I was talking to a scientist from NASA who said that they cannot break that one barrier. Somebody enlighten me on what the name of it is. They can't break it. And so going to the moon would be out of the question in a spaceship. They would have to get there through a Stargate, a tunnel. And so, to me, all these little shuttle landings and stuff, they're just going up to the space station. So an original moon landing, I would say, would have had to have been faked. I don't know how they got there, because even though NASA scientists said they can't break the barrier that's between Earth and space, they would burn up in it, even in a space shuttle. And so, I don't know what to believe. I don't know what to believe. Are there currently bases on the moon or other planets are regularly visited by humans? Yeah, we have bases on all of them. In fact, you will see in the Bible codes, on the codes I did for Mars, that Babylon is very popular there. And Babylon is America. We have bases on Mars. And you can go to themarsrecords.com. Michael Relfi was in the Navy for 20 years. Served as a remote viewer assassin for the Navy on Mars. And they targeted people here on Earth. to assassinate. And so, go read his account. Very interesting. TheMarsRecords.com. Or just Google his name, Michael Relfe. R-E-L-F-E. And he's a good Christian guy. He loves the Lord. And I read his stuff years ago, and I've been friends with him and Stephanie for years. And just some really good information on what's really going on Mars. Give you a heads up on things you're definitely not going to hear from NASA here. Another question, why was JFK and his brother eliminated? JFK wanted to do away with the CIA. He wanted to do away with the Federal Reserve System. He wanted to stop secret societies from being a part of the government. Because it's basically treason in the fact that, they take loyalty oaths as presidents to become president of the country. If you're in a secret society, you have already sworn your unconditional loyalty to that secret society. And so if you're a presidential candidate, you've been nominated president, you would have to resign from your secret society to become president, and these people don't resign from their secret societies. They go ahead and they take an oath that means nothing to them because they are bound to the oath to their secret society. The Masons. Most of them are Masons. And so it's basically been the Masons controlling the government. And so that's why he was eliminated, because it was too much of a problem. He was the first Catholic president that the Vatican had to get rid of because he wanted to get rid of the CIA, and the CIA is the arm of the Vatican. And so, just the fact that he wanted to return our currency to a silver backing, because at that point it was being printed off with the same thing it is now, worthless money, worthless paper. He wanted to get rid of the Federal Reserve. He wanted an alien disclosure, too. He knew full well about the treaties from 1933 on with every president, making treaties with the aliens, with these tall gray aliens, and building these underground bases and getting technology from them and stuff. And he wanted a full disclosure to the public about these aliens and what was going on. And so I don't think that's the full reason they killed him, that alone, because Jimmy Carter wanted the same thing, so did Ronald Reagan, and then you never heard squat out of it after they were elected, because then they were pretty much told to shut up once they got in there. And so you never heard squat about it after that. Question from a listener. I've been listening to what you have to say for a while now. The one thing I'd like to know is, are there ever any gatherings or conventions where people like yourself, Alex Collier, Alex Jones, and other well-informed people go to exchange information? I would love to attend something like that. No, not that I know of. Not that I'm invited to. This has been absolutely wild lately. To another homes, Tommy Gardner, what the heck's going on? It's that bad. Anybody spread the word, tell cargoes right here. Thank you. Alright, so having a really bad time of chemtrails in Sacramento. Yeah, and people are totally oblivious to it. They can rain chemtrails down on people's heads all day long, and people are just like, oh, it's just a plane. Our skies are getting crowded with contrails. You know what all you can do is make people aware and start getting orgone out. Get orgone out, because it will prevent chemtrails from sticking in your area. And so, good orgone. Orgone at my website, tearingdownstrongholds.com. I have the directions there. And I also have had many people on air bases, marine bases and air bases in California, getting orgone. Because nobody knows what the military bases do, what's going on. And they want to protect their own families. And so, yeah, I mean, you just need it's our only defense against this chemtrails, folks, is orgone. It stops it. I've had white fluffy clouds. And if you want to see white fluffy clouds again, start getting orgone out in your area. Oh, that area known as the Van Allen belt. That's it. Thank you. It's a layer of radiation that prevents space travel out of Earth.